Hello, welcome back. If you missed it, I just did the quick all signs for the weekend, and this is going to be a quick one. It looks like it's going to be a quick one, so I'm only going to be on for a little bit. I do have only a couple people signed up here. I came on really early today because I'm going somewhere for this for today. So I'm going to give it a few minutes, let everybody come in, or whoever wants to come in, and then we are going to move forward. Hello, Angel. Give me a second to fix my phone. I got to set it so I can keep the email open. All right. So this could, I mean, I almost was hesitant not to come on today at all because it is Good Friday. Hello, Romy. This is going to be a quick one for you if you choose. Again, show Lorraine. Get a new member here. Hello, Lorraine. And let's see. So I might just go through these real quick and then just leave. There's 3 right now. So let's see. Remember, it's 10 a question, 15 for clarification. And I will be on again Monday. So even if every time I leave quickly, all of a sudden people send money when I close it out. If you do that, hold on a sec. If you do that, and I close this because it's quick, I can put you first on Monday, right? Because I wasn't really even sure I was going to come on today. And then every time I don't stick to a schedule, though, things kind of get a little messed up. So I kept it on. But just let me know if I do shut it off and you guys do email me. Just let me know if you want to be on Monday. I'll put you first on Monday. Hello, Veronica. And I did see that video, but I didn't know it was you. So I just saw you. I just laughed because it was, you want my truth. It was horrible. But if you would have saw my first, karaoke when I was pregnant, I went, my ex-husband took me over to like this little restaurant that had karaoke, and I wanted to sing Me and Bobby McGee. And I got up there and I can sing that song. I can sing that song. I had belted that song out before with a friend who can sing really well. And as long as I'm following somebody else, I can do it. But I got up there and I guess I froze and I just barely could even sing. But everybody clapped for me because I was pregnant. And so I am being honest with you. Did you have a good time? If you had fun and a good time, that is all that matters. Yours is to do with G. All right. Well, I figured that. Love, thoughts, and feelings. Yeah. But that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I didn't know it was you. I just saw it. I mean, look, I just had this conversation with a friend of mine. All right. What is love to you? Do you think love is bullshitting a person that you love? Do you want to see your person that you care about go out and you want to tell them that they're doing amazing and then make a fool of themselves? Or do you want somebody who loves you to tell you the truth and just keep it real, right? Hello, Miss Sun Road. All I know is that you were having a good time if that was you, and that's all that matters. All right, so I have Sherry, Sherry, let's see. Welcome, Miss Sunroad. So these are mini readings that you can purchase. And if you wanna read it, if you wanna ask a question, you can go ahead and ask a question. I don't know if you've watched me read, if you know how I read, but I keep it real. All right. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in your situation and see if I can help. So All right, let's get going. And I have had a lot of new people showing up too. Sherry, all right, yeah. There's your question. And your Cancer, 6/28/69. Let me see that. Yeah. One time, a long time ago. Well, welcome back. Yeah, I'm building, some new people. I'm trying to get to know some of the new people coming in. We have a lot of OGs on this channel, but it goes through waves, and so I have a lot of new people coming in. And if you're watching, come in. Let me get to know you. With the mini readings, the way it works is a lot of people that get readings from me often. They consistently, so I know your story. I know what you're dealing with. I get to know your pattern and what's blocking you or what you might be dealing with. So I'm able to help you on a more personal level, not just give you a reading based off, because tarot to me, it's not about predictions of when, where, because we have free will and there's all kinds of possibilities. It's about what's going on with you right now in reality. If I can tell what's going on with you right now in reality, I'm able to interpret the cards to see where things could shift or where things could go or how you could shift. It's the way I would read for myself. So it's more of an analysis of behavior patterns and awareness, and how to work with dynamics, relational dynamics is how I do it. Right. So the more I read for you, the easier it gets, and also the more precise it gets. But also, there's times when there's no change whatsoever. So if I'm giving you a reading, and I've done a lot, and these gals know that, sometimes it is just what it is. I can't pull shit out of my ass, and you'll know if I try to. It looks painful. Oh, you're a water sign. We got a lot of water signs. We're all the same. All right, so let's get going. Veronica. And the reason why I like to do it, I know the visuals. The reason why I like to go live and do it, and I always keep my prices the same. I don't change. I've never in 6 years changed my prices. It's $10, 15 for clarification. The 15 says you're giving me the go to give you advice or tell you my opinion or whatever. You care about what I say, right? Or you want to know what I think, right? And it usually comes from the laws of the universe or my own experiences too as well. But the reason why I like to do it live is because one, I get to connect with you, and it's fun. It's more fun to do it this way, right? And oftentimes somebody's going through the same thing you're going through, so something I say resonates with them as well. All right. So let's see. All right, Veronica. Well, let's get this started, but I do want you to know that the last couple days, the energy has been well, we're in Scorpio moon now. All right, so this is a bonus. Scorpio moon, I'm Scorpio moon, which means I tend to go a little bit deeper, but sometimes Scorpio moon can trigger because I'll see certain things, and but there's a lot of tension in the air too right now. So, and lack of sleep for a lot of people. I fell asleep at like 3 o'clock last night. 3 in the morning. Where are you? All right. So, will Mario and I spend the Easter weekend together? All right. Well, it's Easter weekend. It's Friday. Have you heard from Mario? Have you talked to Mario? I mean, we're working on, what's reality for you? Is this wishful thinking? Is this or is this something that is tangible? I mean, you have to be honest with yourself. We have 2 days here, Easter weekend. You know, are you open communication? Do you guys talk? Have you spent some time together? So forth. So keep that in mind, because the cards can tell you what you want to hear too. But let's see the energy around you guys hanging out this weekend. I'm not tired yet, but it's gonna kick in. It's gonna hit me. It's gonna hit me later. Because I get a lot of sleep. I get a lot of sleep. So when I don't get sleep, sometimes I can, sometimes we don't need sleep. We got to go the other way. But it'll kick in. All right. So I see the Two of Wands overall energy at the bottom of the deck. So maybe you guys will be making plans. All right, that does show. There's still, somebody's got to take action though. You know what I mean? One of you has to reach out to the other. And I have the Two of Swords. So it's 50-50 for you. What's the biggest block right now? The Page of Swords. Are you guys communicating? Well, you guys are not communicating. The biggest block right now is the Page of Swords. This could be a disagreement. There's been some sort of quarrel or block in communication. So you're reaching here. You're wanting me to create a miracle. Now, it's 50-50, which means that somebody has to break communication in order for this to happen. So, yes, it could happen, but it's going to take one of you. Right now, the energy around you is the Two of Swords, which means you guys are not seeing eye to eye. You guys are very indifferent. Now, the Two of Wands is the overall energy. It says that there's plans, or this is plans to travel. This is planning on reaching out to you. This is wanting to still move forward with you. So I can tell you that there's potential for you guys to get back together or get together. And to be honest with you, the Two of Wands is 2 days. So would you hear from each other? Maybe talk within 2 days? But the challenge being the Page of Swords is saying the delay is communication. So as long as this is minor arcana. So minor arcana says that the ball's in you guys' hands. It's not like spirit or divine has to do something magical to make this happen. This is all in regards to how you guys decide to communicate. So it's 50-50, but the challenge is going to be breaking communication, getting back on the phone. So I would say possibility here of communicating and talking. If you guys don't talk or nothing happens, I do see the Six of Swords. I mean, things could improve over the next couple weeks, or there's still travel showing up here for you. But I will. What this tells me though is that whatever your disagreement is, it's something that you guys. What was the disagreement? What is the Five of Swords for you guys? Do you guys constantly bicker or disagree, or is there always disappointment here? Because it does tell me here that things could clear up between the two of you, but within 2 days to a couple weeks. So I'm going to say you have the ability to try and communicate with him at minimal, being able to talk something out and being able to get past something. It's 50-50 whether or not you guys would be able to get together. But For travel plans, you made plans to travel. I feel like you guys, there's still the door's still open for that. So you guys may get past this and still make plans to travel. So what should you do? Four of Pentacles. I mean, you know, the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. Let me get one more for that. And the four, you got the Four of Wands. I mean, calm. The disagreement. Do you feel like in your heart, like it was so bad that it's impossible to reconcile? And can you remember what the disappointment was? What caused the disagreement? Because it looks like I'm seeing here for you to find a way to reconnect and talk this out. And the answer can be 50-50. That's the best I can do for you today. Does that make sense? Oh. Well, you're dealing with, okay. So I'm just gonna, I know you didn't ask me for advice, but can I say something on this? I mean, I've learned a lot of things and in my life and we can't should people. We can't tell people what to do. You don't want to be a parent to somebody. And when we should people, we're parenting them, not being a partner. But with that being said, Veronica, that doesn't mean you're wrong about should he be watching these websites. If that doesn't feel morally right for you, what I can see happening is he'll end up just going underground with it. So you've got to ask yourself if this is something you can tolerate. That can be an addiction. And that's not something that somebody can get over easily. It's like asking somebody to quit heroin overnight or stop drinking. And then next thing you know, they're filling up containers around their house with alcohol and sipping on it when you're not looking. Nobody's just, when we ask, words mean nothing. So you're going to have to ask yourself if this is in alignment with you and if you're going to be able to deal with somebody else's addiction. Because we can't mother or parent somebody out of their bad habits. They have to do that themselves. So when you got into that disagreement, on his side of things, he feels controlled by somebody else or parented by you, and he doesn't want that. So it pushes him away. But you're not going to be okay with that. But again, what's going to happen is he'll just hide it from you. So moving forward, you know, it really just comes down to you, whether or not you're going to accept that or not. And if you can't accept it, the other option, you know, that you might not want to hear is that it's going to always be a problem and it's always going to cause this same thing over and over and over until he just shuts the door completely. Or I mean, there's always a possibility that he loves you enough that he'll stop, but it could take time. But that might take you creating a very strong boundary and saying, I don't want this. Because right now he's not changing for just you. You can't change for another person. You have to change for yourself. So that's a hard situation that you're in. And keep in mind too that when somebody has an addiction, they can only, that doesn't mean they don't love you or don't care about you. But the addiction has a hold on them. And so they can only care and love so much. That addiction is always going to steal their energy. It's always going to take a part of them from the connection. All right, I'm sending you a lot of love. That's a really tough one. People have addictions in all different ways. All right. I feel guilty. I have to be honest because this is me. I'm going on to something else, Veronica. I just hopefully you feel good about what I said. Emma, I miss the WOD. The last 2 days, physically, I haven't been able to go. I didn't go yesterday or today because I had no strength. And so I actually missed the WOD. And I was like, oh, that's a bummer because I had so many plans today to just do the whole day. But I am making an Easter dinner. You're welcome, Veronica. All right. So let's take a look at this page. Is the page still friend-zoned? Let's see what's going on. Yeah, I had no energy. I couldn't do it. I was like, we were lifting weights on Wednesday, and she just looked at me like, and I hate when my CrossFit coaches do this to me. It's like, they know that I'm strong in some ways, but they're looking at me like, you can't even lift that? And I'm like, ugh. I'm like, no, not today. All right. Page. I did. I was proud. I was like, all right. So the overall energy is the 5 of Cups. So it does look like there is some sort of feelings of things not working out, separation. He must be pulling his energy away. Definitely pulling his energy away. The 8 of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. He's on his way out still. The 6 of Swords. You know, to me, it feels like he's playing it cool. And his attention is turning away from her. I think you're right. I mean, I feel like she feels the abandonment, but she must be having a hard time dealing with rejection. So she could be grabbing for as much as she possibly can. And the Wheel of Fortune being the challenge is like, he may be trying to move on, but she's still stuck, you know. She's trying to keep him as focused as she can, but to me, it feels more like friend-zoned with the 8 of Pentacles. It's hard to know that something's not there anymore and you're being rejected, and you kind of got to go out with grace. But you can see that, oh, I'm sorry, I put the cards up here like we were using this camera. You can see that he's on his way out. These are your cards. He's trying to move away, but he's avoidant. You see the Eight of Pentacles? It's like doobie doobie doo. I'm just trying to, act cool about it, keep things working, keep things, stay focused. And, but he's on his way out. I think it's already moved. There's no cups here except this, the Five of Cups. And the Seven of Wands underneath that, like she may be trying to, hold on to whatever she can, but he's got his guard, he's got his walls up. So movement towards you now. And there's a race on the 18th. You need to go. This is where you've got to start putting yourself back into the scene like you're new. This is your time to shine. And being around again, like you have no qualms about anything or anyone. You're not worried about anything. So I still get the Hermit card. So I am still seeing there is some distance between the two of you, any challenge. And I see the Knight of Cups, right? So still hesitant here moving forward, but you get the Knight of Cups showing up for you, and the Three of Swords. It may be too soon. So what this is telling me that he may be keeping his distance from you a little bit because it's too soon to just move right on back. Maybe he doesn't want to hurt her. Maybe he doesn't want to just jump right back in again, whatever. And I have the Emperor card. It looks like he's trying to play the game or play his cards right or just keep the peace. But you got the Knight of Cups here too as an opportunity. So, just keep moving forward towards him. We want your cards. What's most important is this Hermit card. We want to get this time in. We want to get you guys closer. So this is the only thing that's holding you guys right now is that the distance between the two of you is still kind of, we got to break that barrier. And that's going to happen with physical actions to be around one another. The more he sees you and just get back in there. And you got the Hanged Man here too. So you're still in this time and issue thing. But the good news is I'm not getting any drama between the two of you. There's nothing like anger or resentment or anything like that. There's almost like a neutral between, the Hermit, neutral energy between the two of you. So there's no major block except closing the gap between the space between the two of you. I'm not seeing any emotional blocks. All right. V, it's $10. I don't know what that is. It's 10 per question. You're welcome, Emma. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Yes, Kaiser. Yes, I am. Go ahead and jump on in. Thank you for loving my readings. Yeah. You know what? I think Romy, I'm sorry. It was Alyssa. I think I deleted her name. It was Alyssa and then it was you. Yes. Alyssa, I'm sorry. You're now. I had your name there and then I must have clicked it off. All right. Let's see. Alyssa, Happy Good Friday. All right. So energy check for, what up, Naz? Look at that. I'm getting to see you a lot more often. All right. So we're going to look at the energy for the week. You know, I'm recording a video for Sunday. I'm doing the 7-day breakdown too. I might see if I can do that right here with you, see how it works. It's going to be interesting. I love doing those, and I've done them before so many times. So I'm trying to break it up a little bit, and I have that one coming out on Easter. So when everybody is enjoying their Easter, they can tap into that video. I will come in and I'll hang out and chat. All right, so energy check for the week ahead. I'm gonna do I want these cards here? All right, so there could be an aha moment this week, a new direction and potential, having an epiphany of some sort. All right, and emergence of true knowing. So some information this week, there could be moments of truth this week. Somebody speaking their truth. You may hear some information that clears something up this week. And this could be a deep knowing about something. Those are great. You know, when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, I got it. I figured it out. Yes, Gigi. Right? So that's a good start. So this is talking about information and a new direction. So new direction as in like it doesn't have to be this complete new beginning, you know what I mean? But it's like, all right, we've cleared this up, we know something, so now we know that we can shift course here a little bit, right? Yes, I'm still open. I haven't closed it down yet. I came on early because I'm leaving early, and I was gonna close it down. Yeah, I'm open. I'm good. All right, so this week, 10 of Cups, connecting with people this week that you really feel close to. So this week could be about deepening your connection with people that you care about, and family. So some really good family stuff, maybe feeling comfortable with family. Maybe you guys are figuring out something and we're working through something and it's bringing us closer. I love the 10 of Cups because the 10 of Cups can say there is a blessing coming your way, right? So good times. I have the 3 of Wands. This is movement. Yeah, it looks like also making future plans, maybe with people, with somebody that you care about. You know, you're maybe seeing something differently. Sometimes the 3 of Wands can be, all right, I'm not taking action just yet, but I'm actually seeing some opportunities, something that I can do, like something may come to your awareness, and maybe you've been fretting over something, and then now you're like, oh, I can see this doorway is opening up, this opportunity. And this can also be travel midweek, like, you know, you might go somewhere or hang out or get invited to go somewhere. You might go somewhere or make plans with family, and this can be a home too. So there may be a new route. I'm sorry, I got to put my other camera up. I'm so used to doing that. So these are your cards so far. It's like, you know, I'm starting to see my end game. I'm starting to see possibilities. This can be, though, travel too, like I'm getting together, I'm hanging out, let's make plans to see each other. And you have the Six of Swords. So there's travel here, there's something around movement, a vehicle. If you're having a disagreement with somebody, it feels like you're getting over a disagreement here. And this is that. So you see all these cards are saying to you, there is a new path opening up for you, and it's nothing like you've seen before. So you might end up pivoting this week, like maybe you have plans to go do something, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's like, where did I'm going here. So take a look back at the end of the week and see if like plans changed for you and something went in a totally different direction than you thought. I'm seeing Page of Pentacles. So this could be work-related stuff, something around work, money, an opportunity. This could be talking something around how to make more money. But even the Page of Pentacles has the Three of Wands here too. So I do see that you may be making some, minor plans. It doesn't have to be huge though. So I know that, I wish my life was as crazy and productive as sometimes cards and the way I talk makes it sound. But this can be like, all right, it's consistent, it's steady plans. Let's make a plan where we're deciding to, I don't know if you're thinking about work or a new job or a position or something around money, right? But you could be just establishing or taking the next step towards something. This could be a person coming into your life or somebody that shows up at your work that gives you some sort of perspective or some information. Any challenges you may have, I see the Eight of Wands. So a lot of pressure, a lot of things coming at you at once. This can be restless energy, but it can also be exciting energy. So you can get ahead of yourself. The worst case scenario with the Eight of Wands is speaking your truth without a filter, and you could trigger somebody, or somebody could speak their truth to you and trigger you. Right? So that's your challenge for the week. You may get triggered really quick, or, yeah, well, that's, I'm smiling because I just did this. If you hold shit in, I was just saying this to Angel yesterday. Aries, Mars and Aries coming up at 6 or 7 days from now. I know we're just looking at this week, but we're getting close to that. Ooh, that's going to be when people are not holding back, right? There could be, especially if you have a lot of pressure. And if you've been holding shit in, this kind of energy here, if you find yourself holding shit in and all of a sudden you think, okay, we're just going to talk about this, I'm telling you, it'll be like you'll escalate. And then everything will come out at once, right? And it can cause some chaos. Also, too, if you're procrastinating with anything, you could end up being late for things. You can create some chaos by not being on time. So trying to be on time this week is big for you. Because if you get set back, you may get overwhelmed. And I see the King of Wands. So there's a masculine energy around you this week. And this could be the person that maybe, feels like there's a lot going on with somebody around you. So pay attention to somebody here, a lot of fire. This can also be very exciting too. So we're in Scorpio moon, so I always tend to look at the shit that could happen. All right. So just be aware that there could be somebody here that might even say something to you that could set you up. But this could also be exciting news too. This could be, we're making progress here. We're actually getting somewhere. It could be fun energy, right? So remember when I said you could be going in a new direction? There could be somebody here that brings something to your life this week that says, hey, think about this, try this on. You might feel rushed. So that's a rushed energy though. You may be pressed for time. There may be an opportunity coming in and they're saying, you better get on this. So don't procrastinate if something important comes your way. So that's what I got for you. All right. Yeah. I know I always set us up for, I always set us up to be aware of the negative energies because emotions are running so high right now over the past few years. It's insane that I'm a peacemaker. So I'm always aware of trying to regulate situations and make sure things don't get out of hand. So that's why I pull it out. You might have the best week ever and you might not have to worry about any of that, but you may be dealing with other people who are doing that to you. All right. Love thought. Sweet nothings. Remember SNL? Wasn't it SNL? Sweet nothings. Yeah, I agree. As long as people are honest, but we always have to make sure we're being honest too, and the same thing. So it's like you say that, but if somebody's always completely honest, people take it personal. It's not as easy as it sounds. And I have yet to meet somebody who's always honest. You'd be an angel, right? I'm kidding. Do I get a funny sticker for that? A star? All right, love, thoughts, and feelings. And I'm going to be blunt about even this situation. Some of these guys really do keep you guys hanging. Keep the door open. They want the attention. They want, they give mixed signals. I see it, you know what I mean? And that can be really difficult. It's like, just be 100% transparent. So the Tower card, and I shuffled it again, and then it came out again at the bottom of the deck. So that's talking about anything that's untrue breaking down, right? And I see the Wheel of Fortune, and I see the Six of Cups, right? So mutual feelings, something is changing. But you are going through a Tower moment. So the Tower can, all the illusions being broken down, something shifting between the two of you. Maybe you're finally breaking him down. I said this to you before, you're growing on him. It's hard not to see you. The more you show up, the more you're around, and especially the more you're glowing. And if you're not creating pressure and you're just trying to be kind and be yourself, it's hard not to fall for somebody if you're being authentic. right? And that's what it seems like. And something is shifting, something is moving here with the Wheel of Fortune. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying you just got to roll with it. Right? And it looks like you guys are starting to grow a really strong friendship. I know he cares. I can see he cares. The Tower card is saying, you know, right now you're breaking him down. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, the Page of Pentacles. It's slow in consistency right now. You know, it's like you're chipping away with him over time. So he is keeping it, you know, kind of friendly, friendship, but feelings are growing, but you're making progress. There's a lot of progress happening here. And you're just dealing with a, you know, something though, these kind of relationships, as long as there's substance to it and patience, you know what I'm saying? These kind of relationships can actually, with, you know, go the long distance. It may take some time, but if you're willing to just see where it goes and not let your emotions or desire rule your logic, and you can live in those parallel lanes that I was talking about. It looks like you're building something here, but I mean, you know that you're in friend zone right now. There's no doubt about it. But that's not stopping the feelings. That's not stopping. Remember, the Wheel of Fortune is we create our own karma. Some people will say there's no, I've heard people say there's no karma. And that is true if you really have a strong belief that there's no consequences for your actions. But most people, they create their own karma, and actions and consequences, it's always a thing. So just remember, you know, our actions, there's always a butterfly effect. So when you start to lose control or try to turn the wheel too quickly, you know, we can come out of alignment, and you're in alignment right now. Right? So you got to remember that. What does Spirit think you should focus on? And the Nine of Wands, just not trying so hard. You don't, when we try hard or try harder or persist or, and it just feels like, I do this stuff all the time, you know, with everything. I think work harder, it's going to get me somewhere quicker, but it doesn't, you know. Keep your composure and you've got this, right? So that's what's going on with you and him. You know, Six of Cups is talking about mutual attraction, and he's very fond of you. Hello, Mr. Jeffrey. Well, I nobody can handle my honesty, my in my life. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm not, my channel is different. I've got to speak a certain way. But in my life, you know, if I try to be honest with anybody, I feel like I'm digging my own grave. All right. Hello, Sherry. Haven't seen you in a while, right? You've been on and off for a long time. He's Cancer and you're a Taurus. I get the same thing, Romy, but it's like I'm learning though that people just don't understand me. So it's, you know, even with you and with me, and me with people, all you guys, I have to understand and learn you over time. You've talked to me a lot, you know, and yes, you're in there, Kaiser. And we both tend to over-explain ourselves because we're so used to being misunderstood, right? But there's just people that I just think that just misunderstand. It's a process, definitely a process. And the other thing is that many of you guys, you don't put yourself, like, the reason why I was saying that about Taja yesterday is a lot of you see yourself or explain yourself in a certain way and defend yourself in a certain, and I do the same thing, that you give an impression of yourself, because I can only see a profile pic and I can only take the information that you give me, but you underestimate yourself in so many ways. And over the years, I at one point in the beginning, I thought I was dealing with people that didn't have their shit together, didn't have their life together, didn't have, and then I'm realizing I'm dealing with women and men and people that have like these amazing lives going on, and they're underestimating themselves in one area, which is their worthiness in love, and viewing themselves how other people view them. It's like not clear on how other people really see you, but also misrepresenting yourselves in a lot of ways. And that was mind-blowing when people started opening up a lot more to me. And so will Scott and I get back together? Let's see. Will Scott and I get back together? All right. Well, I have the Empress card. There's your card, Taurus. And I see the Seven of Cups. So with these two cards, I'm going to say that there's a huge possibility. All right. But right now, there's sort of this energy of uncertainty. You know, you got somebody thinking about you. The seeds have been planted. You have the Empress card, which says you haven't been forgotten. Something that you had with this person is still there. You know, we all just have our own process of dealing with things. And sometimes our life takes us down different paths. So, because we need to experience things. I've had to experience lots of things in my life to grow before I understood what I really needed in a relationship. And now you know, you can't wait on a person like this. You can't wait forever. But this is telling me that there's a lot of possibilities here. You know, things could pan out. But you can't wait for it. Right? You still got to do your thing and move forward. There's an investment there. And there's the Temperance card. So the Temperance card is saying things are the path you're on right now. Things are unfolding for you organically, but some things just take time. It looks like they've got you on their minds, But right now, the Temperance is saying, you know, it is divine timing. And when people say divine timing, it seems like, oh, that's just a word you throw out there because you have no clue. That's not true. Divine timing means two things to me. Sometimes things take time, and that's it. Our lives are going different paths, and there's nothing you can do about it. But it doesn't mean that there's not feelings there. And we'll come back together when the timing is right. But sometimes divine timing is just knowing and figuring out what went wrong, right? And then, or when you reach a point with that Empress card that says, I know I'm deserving of this. Sometimes it's just a mental shift. I am deserving of this. I am in alignment with it. I know this is mine. This is what I want. They want me. And it's not an ego-based thing. It's a knowing, a deep knowing that this is it. This is happening. And divine timing can happen instantly, but sometimes we have programs in our subconscious that we've built stories around. It's not going to work out. We have these expectations. We have these fears, that these assumptions that say, you know, it's too late. I'm getting too old. He's with somebody else. And we believe those and we impress them in our mind. So we have more doubt growing within us. And when you have these assumptions and these doubts, you naturally take action or non-action based off of these beliefs. Whereas if you truly believe something, you would not hold back. You would naturally do things that a confident person would do, not ego-based, not fear-based. So divine timing can show up in two different ways. So the answer to your question is, it looks like there's a yes, you guys come back together, but it definitely is a timing issue here with the Temperance card. All right. So I do have VU, and I do see it goes VU, it goes Kaiser, I think Gigi, Naz, and if anybody else came through, and then I'll probably close it up from here. Let me put the banner up. If anybody pokes through, I'll take you, but I'm gonna put this up. All right, what are his intentions? Gemini and Aquarius. Both Cancer moon. All right. All right, shadows. I got you. All right, what are his intentions towards you, Gemini and Aquarius, Cancer moon? All right, let's see. His intentions towards you. Now, without knowing whether this person knows you, what kind of relationship you're in, it could be very vague. If this is somebody that you know, that you are connected to, that would help me give you a more clearer answer. Otherwise, tarot will read a fantasy. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean it's going to land in reality. His intentions. I have the Ace of Wands. So this is somebody who's got you on their mind, thinking about you. There's potential in this relationship. So if you're communicating, it looks like their intention is to communicate with you. It's very passionate, sexual energy. This says to me that There's still pure potential here. So have you gotten things started? Maybe they'll offer something to you, initiate. Is there any challenges going on right now? The Hermit card. So has he gone quiet, gone ghost? Is he at a distance? You guys, I mean, has he pulled away his energy? Or, is this just getting started? Okay. Okay. So this is good then. It's just that you got to break this barrier right here. The star is right here, which says that this could really come into alignment. Right? So you have pure potential here. And I see the King of Swords. He's Aquarius. You have somebody that's just kind of aloof. Have you thought about, what should you do? Let's see. Six of Cups. Have you thought about expressing your feelings? Because right now you have pure potential to turn this into a closer relationship. You guys seem to have mutual feelings for one another, but you're dealing with King of Swords you're dealing with the King of Swords here. It's hard to get a King of Swords to open up emotionally. And you're also dealing with somebody who can be closed off and introverted. So I'm just going to tell you not to give up on this. It's too soon to tell. And yet something's got to click. Something's got to happen. Maybe is there something, are you shy? Is there something that you could do that could kind of signal? At this point with the Ace of Wands, I would say, do you understand manifesting? Do you understand law of vibration or assumption, or how to make yourself look more attractive and feel more attractive from the inside, because other people will pick up on that vibe? All you have to do is make subtle changes and you can attract somebody towards you. But you're waiting for validation from him before you actually tap into your confidence. And I think it might have to be the other way around. You've got to tap into your confidence and break the ice. And you don't have to be super aggressive or assertive. This is stuff you can do just signaling from the inside out. But you have potential, but you got to get him closer to you. You got to warm him up a little bit. He's definitely, there's attraction there, which says it has crossed his mind. So you're being asked to step into your role as, the Empress or the feminine, or even if you're more, even if you don't resonate with that, I don't know, but we all have masculine, feminine energies. This can be, how can you be more open and receptive and sensual in a way, and without being too dramatic? You don't want to be like, remember, have you ever seen True Lies when she's trying to dance for Arnold Schwarzenegger? I'm giving away my age here. And she just like trips over everything and falls. You know what? I mean, that can be cute, but there's subtle ways you can give off cues to get him to open up more, because there is potential here. And I think he would be receptive. I think he needs to be the one to take the action towards you, but you need to be the one that kind of lures it into you. So I can't tell you, I would not shut this down. I would not say, don't give it a shot. But something's got to change. Now, take it from me, I won't make a move. I don't want to get rejected. So I'm good at giving advice. But, give me a couple beers though, maybe in the past, and I would be like, all right, it's on, right? But All right, so it goes Kaiser, and then it does go Nas, and then it's Gigi. And shadows. I got you on their shadows. All right, Kaiser. All right, Erica, Pisces. True current thoughts, feelings for you, Scorpio. Scorpio. And you should already know. I'm putting the pressure on you. Yeah, you be. I'm just gonna smile with that one. That's cute. I've been rejected since I was a kid because of where I lived and all kinds of stupid reasons. And then as soon as I open my mouth, then it's over. But that rejection wound comes from, you know, the first person, I think it was second grade and then sixth grade. Two of the most popular people had a crush on me, but they found out where I lived, and all of a sudden, crickets. I would never even approach anybody ever since then. Sane people definitely reject me. They know what's best for them. Why do they want somebody crazy? No, I'm not crazy. I just don't know. I don't open up, you know, so it's not, it's easier to deal with somebody who's a lot healthier. All right, so Seven of Swords. Is there trust issues between the two of you? So let's see. Something's not being said, right? See, Ace of Cups. I see the Judgment card, right? Yeah, I'm not crazy. I'm closed off. I'm very closed off. It's very hard for me to, that's why I'm good at giving you guys advice, but it's not very easy. All right. I am seeing love, but she's judging you. She doesn't trust you, or she doesn't trust anybody. I don't know if something's gone down, you know, between one of you or the other, or she's, you know, just dealt with some pain, whatever, but she's not being 100% transparent with you right now. And I'm seeing the Sun card. So she does have, you know, in love, you guys in love with each other, or do you guys have something there that is worth exploring? Because there's potential for growth, but the judgment, maybe she's afraid you're going to judge her, or she feels judged by you. But to me here, the Ace of Cups and the Sun card is talking about new love. So maybe there's just, she's judging the situation or judging herself, or feels judged. But Scorpio to me is the judgment card as well. And I don't know, are you being 100% transparent with her? Does she feel like she can't trust you? Because that's another thing too with Scorpios. We're so secretive with our feelings and hold back that people always think that we're hiding something. And I've made jokes about this before, like I hide the dumbest things. I hide the dumbest things, my routines, my, certain things I might um, find special to me. But I don't, and I can keep your secrets, but people misunderstand the secretness of a Scorpio is not what you think, right? So I just think that you guys aren't being 100% transparent with each other, or there's something that naturally you guys are going to work through together. Yeah. What's her reasoning? The Six of Cups is, again, here it's mutual attraction between the two of you. But if she's still connected or still has a certain type or somebody from her past that she's still tied to, you might remind her of somebody from her past, or she is, she's just, you're saying here, keep it chill since you're coworkers. She must be finding something. Is she dating the wrong person, but you're possibly somebody who's the right person, but she's still kind of caught up in a certain pattern with people? Because that could be it. Some people tend to always go for the wrong person. And you're the last man standing. And I see the Queen of Cups. So there's definitely something about you that she's drawn to. It may, again, she may be misjudging the situation. Maybe sometimes you're the good guy. You're the one that is, you're the easy catch because you're the healthy one. You're the one that she probably should date, but she's making bad decisions, poor decisions, dating somebody from her past. It could be that. And you may be misreading this. But unfortunately, sometimes this is where the right person gets screwed for being the good person. But I think intention-wise, right now you may be up against a timing thing, but I feel like there's a chance coming in for you guys. There's still growth happening here. She seems to trust you. You seem to have a pretty good friendship or something forming between the two of you. So I wouldn't give up on this. But unfortunately, she seems to be making a decision to be with a different type of person. And, the Seven of Swords makes sense now. Does she date people or seem to like people that she can't trust or that deceive her? It could be a pattern she's in. What should you do? Knight of Swords, right? This here to me is just communicate with her honestly, and I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up on the situation. I have to get a drink of water. Hold on. With the Sun and the Ace of Cups showing up for you, the first cards with feelings, is this tells me you're still in the beginning phases, that there's still potential for love to grow between the two of you. You guys have something that you guys are drawn to each other with. Right. I'm kind of thinking that she is addicted to people that, or there's this, she goes after the wrong people. Let's put it that way. But you could be the right person, but that would be too easy, right? So you don't want to be with somebody right now like that anyways. So let her do some growing. Let it grow on you, because you guys are building something here that still has a foundation around love. Another Pisces. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because you can't wait. But I truly believe this, when you start to move forward, and as soon as you're getting somebody else's attention, she's gonna be running back. Right now, if you don't have somebody else's attention, she knows that you're gonna be there. The second a guy gives another person attention, the woman doesn't like, she's gonna be like, what does that woman see in you that I don't see? So your biggest game move, is to not wait at all. All right, Emma. Yes, happy Good Friday and happy Easter. All right, so you have the 10 of Wands overall energy, so whatever's been going on with you guys is reaching a breaking point. Let's see her. 9 of Cups. She's still got a lot of love here. She's, seems to be getting better. She seems to be in a better place. The Page of Pentacles, still trying to figure things out, but there's improvements happening here. So I like her energy right now. Right? She seems to be really happy with you. She's starting to, maybe figure things out, taking steps forward. But I have the Devil card here too. So does she deal with a lot of fear, a lot of attachments, addictions, anything like that? There's an obsession of something here. Is she obsessing about, is she desirable? Does she look good? Does she feel good? Work, money, her growth. But that Devil is saying, though, that she may get distracted easy. She may be looking for a way forward. She may be torn between two different directions. It feels like she's, definitely kind of trying to figure something out in her life. It doesn't seem like it. To me, her feelings for you, the 9 of Cups, right? So to me, it feels like she's very happy with you. The love's there, the relationship is there. Doesn't seem to be a problem with the relationship. It seems to be a problem with her making a decision about advancing forward. She's all right. So the 2 of Wands, is she trying to figure out what's next for her, or do you feel like she's pulling her energy away from you and she's getting distracted? because of addictions or temptations. Because the devil in the Nine of Cups can be somebody who can overindulge or fall to their, I mean, it's like, I know I shouldn't drink because I do things that I might regret, something like that, right? Not me, but I mean, I can't drink enough anymore to do anything that I regret. But that's kind of a selfish energy at times. The Nine of Cups and the devil is very self-indulgent. And if somebody feels, they get bored or or feel like they're lacking something or avoiding their responsibilities or avoiding, they can tend to get pulled in two different directions. Maybe that's what you're feeling. But that doesn't stop the fact that she doesn't love you or doesn't desire you. But she gets consumed by obsession or compulsion. What's her biggest challenge right now? She feels stuck at times, no direction. This is what it feels like to me right now. And I don't know, do what you will with it, because I've gotten like this where if I feel I need constant change, I need constant stimulation. It's a pattern that is not healthy. But I'm old enough to know that it leads me down the wrong roads and I make impulsive decisions. So I don't do it anymore. I deal with the boredom, right? Or I deal with stagnancy. But really it's healthy. I'm learning that I what you're giving to her is probably a healthy, stable relationship, but that can seem uncomfortable at first to somebody who needs chaos. And that can be where she's feeling stuck and could get impulsive or make impulsive decisions. But also the Page of Pentacles says maybe she's aware of it too and she doesn't want to make any stupid decisions. But her biggest challenge is she thinks healthy or she thinks stagnancy is stuck. And that's not true. But she's got to be willing to see that healthy can seem stagnant and boring at times. I don't know. And this could be all internal for her. This doesn't mean, and I don't want you to be like, oh, so is she going to go do something? I mean, she's an adult. If she knows so she could be just currently dealing with that. And hopefully the love between the two of you, the Nine of Cups, is going to pull both of you through that. How are you dealing with it? I mean, the Ace of Pentacles, it seems like, you still got the door open. You're still there. You're trying to stay grounded. You're invested. Her intentions moving forward, I mean, the King of Cups, I mean, she's got love for you. I don't see it. I see it could cause you, you're the one that's more emotionally stable. And I can see that you have to have patience and calmness with her. Right? But I don't think, unless you already see the signs with this Devil card, like you feel like this is just getting out of control or it's too inconsistent, then you need to question whether or not this is healthy enough for you. But if she's on a scale of 1 to 10 and it's something like me, I would say, I become a self-aware. I'm aware of it. And if I love you, I'm not going to let that fuck this up. And if that's where you're at, you guys will grow through this. But that's only something you can gauge. It's a pattern she has that can could get me into trouble when I was younger, but now I'm not ready to risk my relationships because of it. You know, my relationships and stability is more important to me now, and I understand that. So it comes down to what you're feeling. She does deal with a pattern, and she deals with self-indulgence. It can be very selfish at times. It can be even, you know, it's about me. It's about me. It's about my feelings. It's about what I need right now. It's about needs and feelings and wants and desires that take control over her, but also lead her down a road of inconsistency and lack of stability. Does that seem like it makes sense? You know, you have the high priestess here. It feels like you already know, and I would say just to observe more. If you're feeling like you can't trust something, I would say be quiet more, listen to her more, pay attention more, stay silent for a little bit, and see and just observe. I personally think your women relationships have got to be one of the most difficult relationships to be in. It's hard navigating the emotional flow of all these emotions and all these, and you know, we can get scattered quickly or be impulsive or emotionally reactive. And you seem to be the one that is holding the emotional fort, right? So you've got to trust yourself more, and you seem to be the one that's emotionally regulated in the relationship. So I don't want to put any fears in you, but I definitely am seeing her toxic pattern. You know, it's one of these things that, you know, the 10 of Wands was here, though. I forgot to go back to that. The 10 of Wands is saying, though, it can be heavy right now. It might be getting heavy, but it seems like you guys are, you know, breaking through something. So maybe what is coming up for you guys might feel uncomfortable, but this might be one of the biggest epiphanies she has or you have. And once you guys face this pattern or face what this is when you guys can actually make progress moving forward. So maybe something does have to happen. Something has to come to light, but nothing devastated, nothing that's going to destroy your relationship. I wouldn't say that. I'm not getting that. I can just see that it's getting heavy. Something's getting heavy on with you. If you're not feeling emotionally safe or stable, and you're typically the one that is, that can be uncomfortable for you. Happy Easter, Naz, and I did Cancer earlier. See what Cancer's reading said for the weekend. I had some good messages today with the weekend energy. All right. So you're dealing with baby mamas too? Good. Thank you, Naz, because I don't know. I mean, there was a time when I was you and I knew everything that was going on. And I don't know so much anymore. So to try and go like really deep and try to figure it out, you know. So I'm glad I'm glad it made sense to you. All right, let's see. She's the one he went back to when we broke up a few times. Yee. All right. I wish I had an I'm glad I don't have that experience, but I wish sometimes I can pull into my experiences so I can see if I can really read it differently, but I don't have that experience. I mean, what the hell do you do when there's a baby mama and you really got a difficult, complicated situation? She's given him a very hard time. All right, let's see. No, I can't be, and just like you and most women cannot be a second priority. But that baby changes everything because she can manipulate with that baby, and you know this. Of course they do. Exactly what she just said. So here's the thing, Terry. This man is being controlled by another situation that's very manipulative. Now, yeah, Naz, email me, please. Email me. All right, Gigi. So let's get the facts out here. The facts are he's very attracted to you. If there was nobody else involved, he probably would be there with you all the time. He has no room for pressure or challenges or anything that challenges this man. Now I can see it a little bit more clear. Anything that challenges him, any kind of grief you bring, he has no room for it. And that's why he runs from you all the time. He's getting all that pressure from her. And he says, but you said baby mama number 2, which means there's 2 baby mamas. This man is being pulled in 2 other directions where one, his income, his mind, his mental capacity, his life is being controlled by 2 other women. Now, I have been a mom, so I don't know their circumstances, and I don't know if they're horrible people because we're not there. We weren't in the relationship, and we don't know what he did or what they did, whatever. All I can look at is the facts about moms and dads and divorces, and there's usually a lot of complications there. His energy is already drained. So you're not getting a full Tim no matter what. He finds peace with you, but his cup, he has very little room for any pressure. So because he gets pulled into that dynamic with them, anytime you and him have what would be under normal circumstances, anytime you two would have a spat or you were challenging per se, Under normal circumstances, he probably wouldn't treat you the way he does or react the way he does to you, but he has no clear boundaries right now. He's being pulled by other influences. And now you're getting the brunt of it. This is a pattern that is not going to go away for a long time. So because his relationship is pulled in all different directions, your relationship is always going to be this inconsistent. Unless he was able to make a very strong boundary. But how do you do that when you have kids involved? You know that the system doesn't work for men. I mean, you might not know this, but it doesn't. And if a mother's not willing to work with the father, and if the mother still has feelings for the father, she can make his life hell. You're going to have to decide how much you're going to tolerate, because a lot of this is out of your hands, and you're going to have a meltdown with this situation. You're third in line, in a sense, all the time. Maybe more. Well, you have the kids, and you have these two women that make themselves a priority and control his life. Whether, like I said, who knows who's wrong? Nobody's here to judge that, but what kind of energy can I get around this? I can't see a healthy solution to this right now without him doing some sort of huge boundary setting. Or you disconnecting, detaching. I got the 10 of Swords here. You know, like this is in the Tower card. Yeah. Yeah. All right. She's hateful to you because she doesn't want to let go of him. Don't let this scare you too much. I mean, what this is telling me is that you're dealing with this energy. It doesn't mean he's leaving you. It doesn't mean that, but what it's saying is it's going to happen again. The same cycle that you're going through, because he's dealing with this kind of energy. Could you imagine starting a relationship while you're going through hell? That's why you're going through these cycles with him. It's not that he doesn't want you or want to be with you, but he doesn't have the capacity. Yeah. And it's gonna be a constant back and forth, back and forth. He's trying to be with you. He's trying to be with you, but you're dealing with an impossible situation right now. You're wanting clarity, certainty, dedication, love, a relationship, start a family, a marriage. And this person here can't even get away from the past one. He gets pulled back into it. There's so much chaos going on here that there's disappointment before the disappointment comes in. Can you be okay with getting what you can from this until something else changes? But we talked about this yesterday. You want status, you want movement. And when you start to get triggered and you want to be the woman in his life, you end up getting this, because he cannot handle any more pressure from women because he's being attacked from all, well, in his eyes. I'm not saying you guys are all attacking. You all have a motive. You all want something from him. But in his eyes, he's feeling rock bottom. I'm just trying to put out fires here, and he needs to do something. I don't know. I'm not a counselor. So, does he think about commitment with you? Absolutely. And I see the 10 of Cups. So, what should you do? Let's see. I see the King of Wands. The best advice I can give you right now, and you know I'll walk you through the best I can every single time you go through a cycle with him, but you've got to make a decision not to let it tear you up anymore, right? If somebody's still in an old dynamic, they're bringing that dynamic to your relationship. So there is no clear lens. There's no clean slate. He just seems to try to escape certain battles and goes where it feels safe for a minute. And then as soon as a battle starts up with you, he bounces back to the other battle, whichever battle is easiest to take care of, to deal with. But what I'm seeing here with you is if you can keep your eye on the long-term prize, you could win this. You could end up together, Terry. But right now, your mental stability and emotional stability is the key here. The only thing I think you can do is focus on how can you protect yourself from not getting wrapped up into this. Don't let it happen again. It doesn't mean you can't sit on the couch and watch TV. You know he loves you. But when his shit comes in and that shit starts back up, you got to go, all right, bye. I'll see you next weekend. See you later. You're not going to get that full blown commitment that you're looking for right now. You're needing stability, and there's no stability with the Tower card and the Ten of Swords. You're not getting the stability yet until all that bullshit is gone. Right? And as long as they have something over him, they have more control than you do. And if he's trying to keep his kids at peace, that's why he gets pulled back over there. But obviously he can't stay with her because he leaves. So it's a no-win situation. So if you can do this, if you can live in two lanes, if you can say, I love you, and whenever I have time to be with you or you have time to be with me, we'll make it the best we can. But you continue doing your thing and don't try to make sense of this. You can't make sense of this. There's no making sense of this. Judge Judy would tell you to run. But I know you love him. So you have to decide where you draw the line. I'll see you when I can see you, and let's have the best time ever and grow our relationship on my terms. But I can't get dragged into that anymore. And you've got to compartmentalize, because eventually you're gonna pull your hair out. Yeah. And you don't have to let go of him, but you just got to let him deal with his own shit and not get so emotionally attached. And not let it define your reactions, and not let it define, don't tell yourself he doesn't love you, but just, you got to remind yourself he's in a fucked up situation. It has nothing to do with you. Unfortunately, you can't build a healthy relationship right now. I got so much love for you. I am sending you so much love. The roller coaster that this situation is putting you through, to me, it's like, okay, you are very strong. You're dealing with some chaos that you've got to go through the military for. You got to be trained for stuff like that. You have the ability to deal with chaos like this, and so do I. Not your situation, but we've been trained to do it. It doesn't make it right. It's comfortable for you because you know how to understand it. But just because you can understand it and you can navigate it and you can bounce back and you can heal and forgive and forget, it doesn't mean that you deserve that. All right, let's see. Nuno. I'm sorry. I hope you don't get mad that I say your name. I just love your name. You could do some reels, do some video and be like, what the fuck? Be like, for those of you dealing with this kind of stuff. All right, let's see. All right, so no, you don't want to chase somebody. You don't want to chase, right? So let's see. Sag, she's a Scorpio Sun, Sag Moon. Will she be back? What's the potential? Yeah, sofa talk with Terry. Absolutely. I have the 8 of Wands, all right? So that's pretty good. Things could actually shift. And I see the 6 of Cups. So you'll hear from her again. I don't like to give timing sometimes. I mean, I do like to give timing because it's fun to see if it'll work out. But honestly, timing's not all. I mean, we don't have control of time. But 6 months, 8 days to 6 months, if you wanted to have a window. You guys shared some moments or there was something there. So she'll maybe reach back out. 8 of Wands to me says it could come out of nowhere. So I would say, 1, don't chase, don't wait, keep doing your thing. Expect the best, expect that she'll reach back out at some point, let her do her thing, and let it be a surprise to you. And I see the 3 of Wands. So that does tell me that there's a return maybe coming in. But also the 3 of Wands, because you did say, or just do a general. The 3 of Wands is also keep your options open. There could be somebody else coming in. Always keep your options open, especially the sooner you move forward, the quicker somebody else will come back. It's the polarities. It's the, it's just how energy works, right? And whether or not it goes anywhere or what happens with it, that's a different story. But saying yes to, will she come back around? All right, guys, I love you. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday. and I will see you guys Monday. All right. And don't forget Sunday, I will have that bonus out. Take care, guys. I love you. Thanks for hanging out.